am to see you. I think I'm doing everything like Charlotte except the divorce.
Excellent.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm even thinking of getting a Cavalier King Charles. I know, that's what Charlotte did.
Get two. I wish I'd had two.
Oh, please take me back. I can do one.
Oh, but they're so, you know, you can have one in one arm, one in the other. They're
We
very
missed
carryable.
you guys.
Thank
We
you.
missed. Don't we miss that? The fact that I'm sitting here talking to you as if you know, Charlotte were a real person tells you that there was something very special about the four of you.
That's true.
Can you pinpoint it? Can you tell us what it was?
I don't think you can ever pinpoint why things work. You know, I think it's kind of a magical mystery. Thankfully, you know, we had never met before we did the show. We didn't need any auditions. They just threw us all in there for some weird right. It just works or it doesn't work, and we were lucky that it worked. And I think also, you know, it was the writing, and I think it was the response from the audience. I mean, we took our show in so many different ways, and I remember we would have moments of like, oh no, will they think it's too serious? Will they think it's too dark? And everyone responded positively. So it's just one of those really strange, wonderful experiences.
Because we all liked you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to see it go. When we heard stories about the fact that it might be a movie, everybody got so excited, and then we heard it's not going to be a movie.
I know.
Is that for
It's so
sure?
sad.
For sure?
Why not? You know, Joy, I wish I could tell you. It's so confusing. I mean, we really believed it was going to happen. We really did. And so at the end, everyone would say, well, how do you feel that it's ending? Well, we all knew that we might be doing this movie, so we didn't fully, at least I didn't fully feel it. You know, I didn't grieve. I was just kind of like, you know, I knew the storylines. I knew that I was going to get to go to China to get my baby.
Oh, that was the next question. Yeah. When the series ended, Charlotte was actually, she had just found out that she could get, you know, adopt a baby from China, so she was going to go and tell
I was going to go, and I was going to take Miranda because she was going to be my lawyer to represent me. Can you imagine Miranda and I in China?
That was going to be hot. You know you can get shoes made in China in like 20 minutes?
Well, then we should go anyway. I was thinking maybe like to fulfill my kind of like interrupted fantasies, I should just go, you know, and see what happens.
It was shown in Denmark, and where else did I read? In Paris and London,
Actually,
right?
that was where I just went.
Yeah.
That was my trip.
Yeah.
The show is actually shown in every country that you can think of.
So how do they take it in these other countries? I'm curious.
Surprisingly well.
Do they love it in Paris? Is it in French? Do they dub it?
Oh,
They dub it,
absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, Paris, obviously, we shot the show there. It was a really huge, they were incredibly warm and wonderful, and they're very enthusiastic. Denmark, it's also kind of an interesting commentary on the countries, how they respond.
Yeah.
Like in Denmark, they're very, very, very polite. So they would come up and they would be like, oh, I'm so sorry, but may I please ask for your interview, which is a very demure, you know, whereas other places are a little more, you know,
in your face,
robust. But then I also ran into some Russian people, and it's very big in Russia. We're very big in India.
Wow.
Which really seems strange to me, but wonderful.
Those women all covered up. Y'all were naked all the time.
I think it must be like they need an outlet. You know, that's what entertainment can be, like a wilder thing that you wouldn't do.
Yeah,
or, you know.
Speaking of Wilder, the Sex and the City is going to be on TBS.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're all excited because we get our Sex and the City fixed. But you're going to have to explain to me how you all are going to show Samantha doing anything on TBS.
And Mr. Big saying absolutely
Right, well that's true. Some of the little wordplay things have been altered, but the thing that's nice, I mean, different people had to go in and do looping. I had to do maybe 10 minutes, literally.
Tell them what looping is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looping is like when you go and you say something over what you originally said. Like, you know, when they take movies and they put them on TV and you know that they're really saying four-letter words, but on TV they're saying something like freaking, you know what I mean? Or you jerk, or whatever, you know, things like that. So I had to do, I mean, it's really interesting what words you can and can't say. I don't want to get you guys in trouble by saying anything that you can't say.
You couldn't get us in trouble.
Okay. Like you can't say, I think you can't say orgasm. So you have to say
that.
Oh, good. We say it. So I had to say climax, I think.
Yes.
Which is odd. Like such a subtle difference that it's odd that it would matter.
Wait a minute, how did you do that scene with the guy who had the special skill that all the women in New York knew about, and you took him on as your boyfriend when he wasn't supposed to be your boyfriend, he was just supposed to be the trick of the evening. I watched every single episode.
Yeah, that's way back. say, this is the thing that's interesting. They took their favorites, what TBS really liked, and so they start the week with those. So those are the ones they sent us, and that one wasn't included. So there will be some surprises for us as well. But what was nice was they sent these episodes to the four of us so that we could see the job that they'd done, and it was so good. I had to call Cynthia and say, what did they leave out? What did they leave out?
Yeah.
Now, one thing definitely, they do the one where we go to the firehouse and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They have,
That's vintage Samantha
it's a
there.
good one. It's a good one. And they have everything of hers is in except for the scene where she and the fireman actually have sex against the fire truck. That's not in there. But everything else, like she comes down the pole in the little outfit that barely covers her.
Wait a minute now, wait. You know, I have a photographic memory. There was also a scene at her bedroom. There's nowhere in the world that's
Well, that
in
might
there.
not be in there too. But
I know, baby.
everything else that is like you can't. It's so the little scenes where she's actually naked are small. They're not long. Like most of it is leading up to it. We're talking about it afterwards, and we still talk about it. We just use different words. So it's not as shocking as you might think.
I can't wait. It doesn't matter because Sex and the City is our show.
Thank you.
And we love you. All right, thanks to Kristin Davis. Sex and the City premieres tonight on TBS. Get those TiVos ready and check your local listings for times. We'll be right back with George Michael.